Hello everybody, another walkabout video for you. It's a bit of a nicer day, so I thought I'd get out of the garage. I had a bit of a lax day with videos on Friday. I had a bit of a long road trip where I had to take a customer to Reading for a wedding. That took most of my day actually, so I didn't get a lot of time for YouTube, but sometimes you have to balance stuff about, don't you? So anyway, I'm here now, and that's the main thing. I was sent a very interesting and revealing video at the weekend. It was an interview that Patrick Christie's did on GB News, and he interviewed Robert Jenrick, and they were speaking about, amongst other things, immigration and crime and the link between the two. And Robert Jenrick is talking about laying a motion to ask for a breakdown of the crime statistics according to what area of the world the perpetrator comes from, is probably the most diplomatic way of putting it. Well, doesn't that increase the amount of bureaucracy that law enforcement is already under? You know, maybe I'm too narrow-minded, maybe I don't get it, but in my mind a criminal's a criminal. If you commit a crime, you should be punished appropriately according to the severity of that crime. You know, there was a guy in New York City who was going around randomly punching women in the back of the head and causing injury, an overall nuisance, and he got done with a misdemeanor assault. For those of you that aren't overly familiar with that, that's called getting off lightly. So not very acceptable. That's the problem with the law at the moment. And if someone commits a heinous crime, which involves throwing them in prison, then throw them in prison. Or if it turns out they're here on some kind of visa or some kind of work arrangement, then kick them out. It's very, very simple. Why does it have to be more justification? Why does it have to be more, you know, what demographic did this, what demographic did that? I put a link in the description below to that interview. It is quite revealing. And they went on to talk about, you know, the problem with the boats across Dover. You know, Nigel Farage put a semi-sarcastic post on where he was talking about it, and he said, "Happy Easter everybody, by the way, have you seen Dover today?" Well, yeah, it's the same old story every day. In they come again and again and again, and like every time, we have no idea who they are, what they're about, or what they want to do when they get here. It really is quite disturbing, a bit like the sun behind me in this video. I really need to stop that, don't I? And, you know, again, it's out of control. And how many of these people are responsible for some of the crime? We don't want to know where they come from. We want to know they've done the crime, and will they be punished appropriately like anyone else? The answer is they probably well won't, and be allowed to run riot. I saw over the weekend Maya Tusi was covering some stuff going on in London, and it was all kicking off there again. You know, different demographics all clashing, really not healthy for society as a whole, and yet will anyone take any notice? One of the very revealing things about this situation is when Robert was asked by Patrick, "What's the Prime Minister think about this?" Well, the answer is, he's not interested. Imagine that. Now, I don't think that situation should be allowed to continue. Someone in office, whose main, well, priority should be the welfare of the people of this country, not interested in a very major problem. Not exactly an election winner, is it? Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the like button. Share the hell out of my stuff. And there's another video for you here. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.